recorded in our media files at KoreanBible7.org. Table Dale School Orientation. Right? Well, let's start with a word of prayer. Father, we come before you this afternoon, thanking you, Lord, again for the privilege you've given us for this school year 2021. Father, we are here to honor you, glorify you. You know, Lord, that you've given us the privilege to open up the academy for and honor. We ask, Father, to help us, guide us. Thank you, Father, and parents, students, enrolling, have already enrolled, trained, not just academic, truth. Father, thank you for the privilege to have you tonight for the education. We ask all this name. And all right. Well, first of all, I'd like to make sure that everybody has a copy, and it's going to be one family, one per family, a copy of the new student handbook, 2021 edition. Inside the student handbook is our agenda for tonight, which is right here, orientation, and then also a copy of the school year 2021, 2021. Okay, make sure everybody has a copy of that one. And I'd like to also sure that all aware that we're starting our school already today. And what we're still missing, we'll give you a copy of later on, is supply list, right? Grade level. Supply list for the elementary, supply list for high and high school students. And again, feel free also later on ask questions. I need to just like to introduce our staff for here. Of course, I'm Pastor Pereira. I am also the principal of the Academy, wearing several hats here. And my wife there, Carla Pereira, back there, is school administrator, also director of our daycare center, licensed daycare center. We have a licensed daycare center, which is approved by the CDA, also of the YMCA for those who qualify. Also, school nurse, also our church secretary. So that has a lot of hats wearing. And also, we have our one of our staff, Isaac Hall. He's not here with us. Boys went to camp in Illinois area. Back tomorrow, so pray for having staff Monday. And also, we have our teachers for the junior high, senior high. We have Pastor Pacheco right there, Bible teacher, both high, high. I'm also teaching some of the Bible classes, Bible lesson. And also, we have our staff who's going to teach math for the junior high, the high school. I'm so glad that we have Mrs. Bhavani Arul there. Yeah, what a blessing to have you on board. Arul, he specializes in math. I tell you, one of the things that I really always emphasize in school is math, English, and science. So glad school has three very emphasized by level math, algebra one, statistics, geometry, all those higher level find uh, help. I use that now. I'll be there, of course. I'll be assisting in any case possible area. I know everybody, students want to have assistance. On top of that, also, by the way, students qualify for after school tutoring, and we do have that. That help out a lot tutoring. Then we have also some of the teacher aides who are here. We have my daughter Carmen Cabrera back in books, Akra Kadoya, help elementary, Raymond yet, Raymond Polystock, help going to high school, my area. Also, we have son Caleb right there. Yeah, backup, help, help. My daughter Carissa will be helping you 1 month. She'll be going to Golden State Baptist College in September. So she's going to be here for 1 month. Then we have also on board Mr. Toby Ginto, rendered to the full-time one of it, help out academy. Certainly our general maintenance person here, church academy, this academy. That's a blessing. Of course, there are other parents who are willing to join in as teacher aides as well. If you are available, please let us know. We will always, one of the things that made the academy possible because sacrificial assistance, giving all the staff past well, 1,000 per man. All right, well, let's now proceed with the review of student handbook in your hands right there. I know it's the thick handbook here. We've been using this for all these years. However, let me just go over some very important highlights of the handbook. First of all, how many of you have received the invitation for Procare? Have already signed in? All right. And if you signed in for Procare, then you were given a 4-digit PIN number. Okay. If you have not yet signed in, please let us know. And most likely, you did not provide us your email address. And if you provided us with your email address, please check your email. There should have been an invitation from Procare that came back asking you to apply, right? And once you get that sign in password, that's going to be your 4-digit PIN number. Please protect that, right? If that gets compromised at all whatsoever, let me know and we will provide you with another 4-digit PIN. There are two ways, and let me just go ahead and state this right now, so that way we don't have to discuss it later on. There are two ways to sign in and out your student or your child. Number one, you could go to the kiosk, right? We have an iPad here. Usually, when you sign in, when you come in, as you enter premises, we will have a table out there outside the foyer, and that table will have an iPad. That iPad have a QR code. Probably familiar with the QR code, right? The menu when you go to a restaurant, and you could either scan that or you could enter in those 4-digit PIN number and digitally sign your child or children. If you have like 4 children to sign in, once you enter that PIN number, it will show those children in there. Okay. The other way is if you turn on your GPS and download the app on your cell phone, okay, the Procare app on your cell phone. As soon as you enter the campus, it will prompt you. You will be able to sign in or out your child also while you're in on the car. Okay. However, you cannot sign in if you're too far away from the proximity campus. You could only sign them in as soon as you enter. I've designated the radius to be within the parking lot. If you're too far, like your home, you cannot sign them in, obviously, right? Only when you're inside the campus or in the kiosk, right? So Procare is what we're using to sign in and sign out. To sign them out, same way. You either use kiosk or you use the GPS. Right? Any questions? Yes, no? Yes, ma'am. If you are a continuing student, you re-enrolled, is same PIN number from last year, exactly the same. And it will just continue on with the, right? So it's important that we keep track of your sign in and out. If for some reason you forget, please let us know right away. One of our staff members were authorized, so can also sign in your child, sign out. Uh, Just wanted to make sure for attendance purposes, track also for the classroom where your student is uh, located on track. Okay, all right. So, question not the Procare. There's also some tutorials that you could look into online. You are wanting to know more about Procare, how to sign it. For some parents, it's very intuitive. Few days, they get the signature, by the way, on iPad or on your cell phone, of course, varies because using your finger, and that's not going to be legible. However, wanted your so the daily schedule is also located in the back of your handbook. The back there, there's a typical daily schedule that we do, and we usually assemble at 8 o'clock for exercise, and they assemble right there in front of the uh, outside of the foyer. Exercise, is very important for daily start classes. Give very, very simple exercise that scared students to come in, sometimes sluggish, sometimes they don't want to think. Well, we encourage them to participate because that's part of their grade also. The subject graded well, so that is very important for us. They exercise and they come in, side here, they assemble, say the pledges, national anthem, and then afterwards hear a daily devotion, about 10, 15 minutes time of Bible from me, Pastor Checo, Caleb, or Mr. Paul, Raymond, and we alternate as to who will be giving the devotion every single day. And it's very encouraging for the students. Most often, of course, we encourage them about character building, behavior. We encourage them, of course, to read their Bible daily, and this character building part of the training here make sure that students learn how to obey, obeying God, obeying their parents, obeying authority. And that's what we teach, train our students in that direction. I tell you, they will not have a hard time obeying authority, especially nowadays. You oftentimes, a lot of times we parents have a difficult time telling them, but I hope also that parents, guardians, that need to be on the same page. Train them, pray that you also emphasize them because you don't want conflict, thing that would confuse them, something that would be conflicting or conflict. Remember, this is Christian Academy, emphasize spiritual growth. Then recess, 10 o'clock, 10 15-minute break for everybody. Have to bring their own snack, have to lunch. We don't have a lunch program here. This is a private school. We're not funded by government. We also encourage being healthy. Right? And sometimes it's hard. Well, healthy snacks, frozen, good healthy snacks, Costco, those kinds of vegetables, fruit, water, encourage them soda, health, part of the health class. They're learning tooth decay, proper soda, sugar, it or encourage that. Well, chips, hot Cheetos, a lot of them like that. Taki, uh, uh, again, sometimes uh, they get into that mode, lose their appetite. Want health, right? You need a guidance test, right? Health out every day. Times student name food every day up, right? Times not healthy, kind of processed food. Just hint, parents, times so busy, but you could find ways. I was busy, raised four children in the academy. And I tell you, could find some time to buy, right? And lunch is going to be staggered because of the age group, the number of students don't want to be mingling together with larger group, older kids. So the kindergarten and elementary will have the lunch break first noon. And if you, as parents, like to bring in lunch for your child, well, by all means, that's up that parents come in here before lunch break. Since they come up, their child already has that is perfect. Well, and I know you can't do that every day, but if you want to, perfect fine. Then at 12:30, junior high and high schoolers will come in. By that time, the elementary and the kindergarten are done, and lead them out there to the playground so that they could play. And as soon as they're out there, then the junior high, high school students then go into fellowship hall. They will have, right? So that's how we work it out for their lunch period. And again, encourage all the students finish their lunch, watch them well, because there are sometimes students who don't like their lunch, so it's looking for trash, throw it out. We emphasize to them that that's prepared by your parents. They have to be thankful. Sometimes they look at other kids' lunch and they say, well, shall we trade? Well, eh, eh, again, we encourage them to be thankful because that's their parents. You as parents prepared it for them. We appreciate it, okay? And that's the type of training are now trying to see now what we're trying to do with students here. Even in the devotions, we tell them that one day they're going to be parents, going to mom, dad, learn to write up, think of PE time, Tuesdays, Fridays, 30 p.m. The only time I know this, the coming back school year, last year we didn't wear uniforms. COVID, now they're going to be wearing uniforms. Okay. And if you have any questions for the uniforms later on, my wife there in the back will help you uh, regarding different uniforms. But on Tuesdays, they will have to bringing their uniforms. They'll be changing here. Reason being is that we wanted to train them also later on when they go to college. There'll be times that they will have to change. So that's so I train them. However, on Fridays, they will come in on their uniforms already. Okay, only on Friday because Fridays time. And so for the elementary, they will be having artworks Fridays, kindergarten Thursdays, and first grade, that's scheduled for the artwork. He wanted to make sure that students don't skip artwork. Important that they get trained in that. Okay. There will be communication envelopes, letters and forms and flyers. So in uh, I, it's a I didn't bring a stamp here. Ferrera will bring one, and that communication envelope is important that gets signed. Gets acknowledged. When your student brings home a communication envelope, it's important that you look at it. Don't just sign it. No, I've seen parents sign it. They never look inside. There's some important letters there that know some policy changes, schedule, and by the way, this may change as well. If it does change, I will let you know. We will notify you, give you ample time. In other words, the calendar for the school year is not written in stone. Uh, Sometimes the field trip may change. Sometimes there'll be some uh, things there that to mind you off. However, the scheduled holidays, those are almost set in stone. Okay, they're they're not going to be changed. Here's communication folder that every student will have. It will have their name on it, particular, and the communication folder here oh, says there, return to school on the right side, and then here on the left side, keep at home. Okay, so when it says keep at home, then you keep it. Don't return it. Return to school oftentimes is the one that you sign. For example, field trip, you need to fill in a form, permission slip, fill it in, and return it to school. So you have a file you already uh, acknowledged. On the front here, we will have a column there for you to sign as well. It means acknowledge that you received that. We'll have your student name here. This will be ongoing. The says right there, teacher, parent, communicator. Okay, this is one practice probably you may not be used to, but this academy, we want you as parents partnering with us. We want you to guide them. We want you to help. We want you to make sure that you understand that they're not on their own. They'll need time. Even though they go up to 12th grade, about ready to graduate, we need to guide them. Okay. Part of that again is education homework. If they're struggling with it, they did not finish it, fine. All we want you to let us know that they tried. Okay, they tried, but they didn't do their homework at all, anything at all. There's no acknowledgement from parents, and that tells us that uh, either neglect. Not, so we just wanted to make sure that our getaway email and text oftentimes would send a text message to all the parents. That's one of the easiest, simple, efficient way of communicating with everyone. However, to follow up, we also communicate. Also, when we do communicate through the homework teachers, we're always going to be writing red ink. That means something from us. And also respond not with red ink, other ink, pencil, that tells. Okay. And then we also have a discipline and general classroom policies here. Those are specifically written down here in your policy student handbook. Uh, as far as discipline, it is on section Article 5. Article 5 talks about demerits. Before your student receives merit, they will receive a verbal warning first. Then, if they still do not comply, they will be given a warning card or a warning ticket. A lot of students, of course, are familiar with that. They know the consequence of that because if they still do not comply, then the next step would be a demerit. To get a demerit, have to spend some time after school hours called detention, right? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 hour. They will be writing an entire chapter of Psalm 1. Then afterwards, they'll be cleaning up their classroom and hiding. They could not go to time. Those are consequences that comprise of this course. Pray go above that. Also, in school suspension, no, we don't suspend a student and send them home that stay at home. Not productive. And anything productive, they're just home. It's more in school. Don't let them go to school, class, whoever. Let them um, work yard here. Plenty of weeds, needs pulled, things like that. That's part of their school suspension, many hours that they will incur merit. Okay, and of course we prohibit any use of cell phones, kinds of gadgets, modern gadgets. They're prohibited. High schoolers are only allowed calculators as needed. Okay, typically we don't allow them to use it until about final time, final period of school, wherein some of the computations like you have to do sines, cosines, set up a table, calculate that, needed square root, root, but initially don't allow it. Will be uh, prescribed to use it as needed later on. Statistical formulas, some of the students might be doing AP. We offer AP class, but they want to take or help all of that. With we are qualified to offer class well. And again, also if there's any kind of incidents that happens, we have a support form, student injured, and we have a school nurse here. We have an EMT that help them. Emergency, certainly will call 911, will inform you case urgent. You don't need to ask your permission. If there's very, very urgent, we will just call 911. Make sure also if your student, child has medication that is prescribed, let us know right away. Part of your BE form, let us know if you have a inhaler, EpiPen, allergy, know that. And my wife, school nurse, charge. If for some reason there's a day that your child did take some cough syrup or medication that is uh, regular time administered and need, right? Any questions asked? Or you're familiar with that? Okay. Now, there's also another application or online software that we're using to track your children's grade called Quick. Have not yet populated it with your email address. However, once we do, just like Procare, you will also be receiving an invitation from Quick Schools. And if you do get a Quick Schools invitation, please set that password. That way, you will be able to know right away online your child's grade. If they took a quiz, a test, we will record it and you will see it right away online. Okay. And if you have any concerns on that, please communicate to us. And however, let me just caution you when you're communicating with one of us teachers regarding specifically grades, we wanted to make it confidential just out of respect. So please let us know. You can make an appointment so that we could discuss private. We avoid discussing anyone's grade or health with other parents and students. So we also caution the students want to let them know how to respect somebody. Okay, private. Uh, Again, is outlined here. The grades, grading scale. You'll find that on section 4.7, page 34 of, of not page 30, page 36. Please correct that. On page 36, grading scale. And we go by the grading scale of ABECA. ABECA is accredited, by the way. We are tied into accreditation. If you wish your student to be accredited, let us know. We could, it's just one step, right? One step, and there's additional fee. We recommend this junior high and above. If you want them to be under the accreditation of AXI, WASP, and all of those accreditation, we could do that. We're part of the accreditation process. Our school itself is not yet accredited. However, if you want your student to be under that accreditation, we have that capability under ABECA. And all we do is administratively is we gather all their tests, quizzes, exam. We've done this with several students in the past, and we submit it to them. We mail it to Pensacola, and they give it back to us, and they will give the record. We have two records, our records and their records, and they will, when they do graduate, there will be an accreditation under Becca Academy. Okay, so that's an option to think about for all you parents, because there's a lot of parents who don't understand. They say, "Oh yeah, I wanted to go to an accredited high school." Yeah, you pay more there. It's the same thing here. If you want accreditation, we could do that. We could, right? Same fact, Abeka is nationally known as far as accreditation is concerned, right? That is a concern for them to go to university. By the way, the A to G courses has to be aligned, making sure that student graduates, they wanted to enroll to university. There's what they call the A to G course. It's all lined up because what we're doing is we know the ABECA accreditation process. We're doing the same thing anyway. We're doing the same thing. It's all lined up. We do offer AP classes. We do have honors classes. We have Algebra 2 is an honors class. Plain geometry is an honors class. Pre-calculus, also, those are honors class. And their GPA is a lot higher than the regular 3 point. All right. Any questions? Yeah, sure. Go on. And then attendance, tardiness, again, that's going to be determined in Procare. There will be progress reports will be given to you so you don't get surprised. Your student is getting a low grade. There are the progress reports written here on the schedule for the school year 2021-2022. The 3 week progress reports. We wanted to update all of you every weeks. The way we work this school year is that there's a total of 170 lessons that needs to be completed by each student. 170. And every 9 weeks, they get a test, take a test called a 9 week test. Every 3 weeks, they have a test called a 3 week test. Almost every week, sometimes almost every other day, your student, your child will be having or taking a quiz. There are speed drills. That's almost a daily task. There's vocabulary, there's spelling, there's grammar, composition, there's poetry that they need to memorize. There's Bible memory verse. Parents, this is not a place for them to socialize, right? They came here, we enrolled them to study. That's our goal. So your students will learn. And that's our job, your student. Okay. And I guarantee you, we're using every resource that we have, even though we're short resources, short staff, we are utilizing every resource, including video classes that your student will learn. That's the best way that they could learn. Okay. If that's the way that we're going to utilize Becca's method resource for your student to learn how to read, to learn how to write, to learn how to compose. And our goal is to make them also do critical thinking. It's not just when they take history class, right? It's not just uh, who was the first governor, then the first colony. It's the why. Why did they establish the first colony, right? It's not just knowing the dates. It's just also correlating what happened during those times. Why do you think it happened? Why do you think they did that? So it's critical thinking is training them to be analytic, analyze, even in their science, math, problem solving, word problems. I know students don't like problems. They will have to analyze, think, think, not just looking at it on the Google. Oh, I could ask Google. Oh, get rid of that because you're not going to be using Google, right? Think. I was raised up in an environment where I have to think, analyze, learn, I have to compose, I have to. We didn't have any internet during, right? So that's what's in store for your child here. Academy. We're not bragging about it. Academy. We're bragging on God. God is the one that's privileged. I can tell you honestly, we're not school that charges a lot. Staff is all sacrificial. Doing this out of love, love you. Pray that all see that, learn. Then there'll be report cards. There'll be 4 periods, 1 year. First 2 periods will be from August 6th, I'm sorry, August 10th till the last day of December. Uh, second quarter ends on December 5th. The first and second period will end, then we'll have our winter break. The first and second period is the first semester. The second semester will start on January 10th. That will be the third and fourth period comprise the second semester, which will end at the school year ending May 7th. In the month of April, we'll be also administering Stanford test, the national testing, so that way you'll learn also, you see where your child stands the national average. It's a very objective test, has nothing to do with ABECA, but it's very objective national uh, standardized test. Call it SAT, not to confuse with college. And then the dress code, of course, uniforms. You could order it either at Vicky Marcia, online, polo shirts, t-shirts, printed, the hunter uniform, or all t-shirts for both boys and girls. So for the boys, polo shirts, hunter green, and you could purchase that without any print. We have our own print. Bring it in. We will print it for you. Have it printed. The first 2 weeks, because of the uniform adjustment, we will allow some of the uniforms not to be enforced. Yes, not going to check uniforms. However, girls are going to come in. They don't have their uniforms yet. We make sure that you wear modest clothing, right? We don't allow pants for the girls. Let them shirts, dress. They're not going to wear their uniforms. Do wear their uniforms, and they have to make sure they're below the knee standard. They're going to be wearing the uniforms also. Their cloth, same thing. My wife's Pereira will give you more detail on that. Okay. Also, I already mentioned accreditation there on number 5, and then the school calendar 6. Have it there. The required forms and fees. Please make sure you have cleared that with Mrs. Pereira before you leave and before you take the book. We've already arranged the books there, and some of you have enrolled late, so your books will be coming in later the next week. Some have expedited orders. They will be coming in on Monday or Tuesday, and we'll make sure that have. If for some reason you come in on Tuesday, books are not here, don't worry about that. We will arrange that. Your child will still be able to continue and take courses, take classes, as- and we'll have, of course, school supplies. That probably going to Walmart. Most of the school supplies are at Walmart. Okay, and we still would like to ask you to purchase those 3 drawer tote plastic because don't have yet provision for the lock. Our plan not yet done. Hopefully by the end of the first semester, that lockers, room there, corner, praying for, renovate that. By the way, a lot of men have already done work, restrooms, L-shaped building, wood flooring at the place, walls painted. God be the glory in that. Thankful. There's more improvements that are happening right now as we're praying for more funds to come in. The playground, that's a big thing. Our prayer, playground will be by renovated playground. Please prayer. Most expensive part right now, getting estimates cushion, right? I don't know, but that's the most expensive part. The equipment itself, I it's already something that we have pre-selected, but we're just praying for the installation playground. It's in the works, right? So please pray next month or so. Plan out when playground. Uh, Exam clearance. Please make sure that your student cleared exams before they take the exam. We want to make sure that you're clear financially. And for this year, we're going to be using Procare. Also allow you to see your finances online. If you made payments, it will show that it's like an online bank. So you know how much your balance is online. You know how much you pay. That way you keep track of it all the time. It's almost like so we're gonna try to enter everything there as much as we can. We're utilizing Procare because it's very cool. Then there will be a signature acknowledgement receipt for the books. Yes, Brother Sean. Yeah. Yes. Yes. But not on Procare though. Electronic payments right now can be done on our website, on the Academy website, Berean Academy SD.org. Okay? So if you go to Berean Academy SD San Diego.org, there's an online payment. However, if you do it online, again, we're just a small school. There's 3% charge that you need to put on top. So it's $300, for example, you need to add $9 on top. You have to pay 309. We cannot compensate for that. That's your option. That's fine. Fine. You could kindly add, I think, if I'm not mistaken, verb, verbiage is there as well. Not, we will make sure we, right? So once you make that payment, deducted from your balance, running total there. Any other question? Yes, Mr. Len. Oh, yeah. Immediately we needed to know for them to be accredited. If they want to do the accreditation, yes, we needed to know right away because the first period, if they would like to be under the accreditation program, we need to make sure that their work submitted to that collegiate canon, they rate it well. By, yeah, that's very important. Thank you. Brother. Well, because that's primarily for class that you for determining preparation. Certainly, some parents and elementary feel that you're going to invest the same thing. Of course, method anyway. So it's just on record, seventh grade or even senior high. What I recommend because we're doing the same thing anyway. Exactly. And we just wanted, I guess, more economic return. I have to double. It's been a while, and it's more of an administrative because the way we do it is that we have to compile everything, we have to arrange everything, we have to make sure that they meet every requirement, lab, composition, everything. All we have to check it, and then they will have to recheck. That's that's like something that we have. But then again, we have copies, all those past accreditation worksheets. That's why we know how they work, know how accredited. That's why we're already prepped. So the fee is not that. It's not something that's outrageous. Just administrative. It's going to take more time for us to prepare it, package it. All right. Anything else? Again, thank you so much for your time. We are right on time. We're having a mission conference uh, past at days. I hope you could also attend the conference here, especially on Sunday. Sunday is going to be a big day for us. After the morning service, we're going to have an international banquet here where we all gather around with different food. Nation. More importantly, I hope you hear the message of God's word. Thank you again. We're always available. I'm always open for anyone. I have all your cell phone numbers. If you did not submit your email address, please let us know. And it's important because you needed to sign up for Pro. Did not get yet PIN number, please let us know. You have an authorized pickup, okay? Uh, Somebody that comes in claims that he or she is authorized, but we don't see that person on the list. No, we take the person ID. Make sure we verify, call the parent, because sometimes they forget. Okay. If you send somebody here who's not in the list, we're not going to release the child. So that's just for safety. Another thing also, let you know, every classroom has a camera, okay, for security. Playground, outside there, there's a camera for some instances where there's some dispute between some students, parents. We review the camera, but there you go, right? Okay, there's the truth, right? So teach them honesty. Amen. Anything else? All right. Well, Pastor Pacheco, could you kindly please close prayer?